And the senior pastor of Trinity House, Ituah Ighodalo, says the events of Endsars cannot be wished away in a hurry, since it's an indication that government must address the yearnings of the youths in the country. He stated this at the 10th annual lecture of Bishop Kola Onolakwo Memorial Lecture Series held in Lagos. Senior correspondent Ivy Kanu reports.
The Julius Major Hall, University of Lagos venue of the lecture was filled with guests. With 2023 general election around the corner, the theme was apt, and that is transforming the Nigerian politics, perspective and insights. The chairman of the occasion is Pastor Ituah Ighodalo. He says Nigerians must take active part in the forthcoming election.
We must all have our PVCs, we must all vote. My own is that vote for the person that you think is most competent. There are 15 of them. Look for the one. Doesn't matter if you think your vote won't count. If it doesn't count today, it will count tomorrow. Assess them and assess who they really are. And then look for who you think will do the best for the generality of Nigeria.
We are dealing with problems of ethnicity, religious perversion, extremism, corruption.
That's how the guest speaker, Bishop of Diocese of Ilesha, will rather start his lecture. According to him, Nigeria is in a state of anarchy and something urgent must be done.
There is a need to call another national conference to restructure Nigeria. Within this process, the salaries of legislators should be slashed drastically. The tenure of legislators should not be open-ended. Let them also have a single term of 5 years and get out. People who have served as governors should be prevented from transiting to the Senate or the House of Representatives until they have spent no less than 4 years after leaving their initial office.
They need to give younger generation an opportunity to serve, and the significance of the Endsars movement was also addressed.
The reasons why countries move forward is that their youth push the needle forward. Nobody gives you power. Power is only given to those who show up.
I salute those youth. I salute their courage. I salute their organization. But spiritually, they also offered themselves, like Jesus Christ, to be slain on the grounds of Nigeria. And God has decided that there must be a change in Nigeria. And there will be a change. Nigeria belongs to all of us.
They called on the church to unite and lead, as they have the numbers that could cause a positive change in the country. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.
Well, it's the second year after the much talked about Endsars protest that almost crippled commercial activities in Lagos. And while some persons were out at the Lekki toll gate marking the day with a memorial procession, the police fired tear gas to disperse them. But reacting to this development on his official Twitter page, spokesman for the Lagos State Police Command, Benjamin Hundeyin, said police, or rather peaceful persons, were allowed to move around without interference. But according to him, some decided to become lawless and started mounting the toll complex, thereby threatening law and order in the area, hence the use of tear gas to disperse them. SP Hundeyin added that there was no physical contact or any record of shooting in the area. Theophilus Ilama reports.
These are protesters in their vehicles, blaring horns in solidarity with the agitation that characterized the Endsars protest 2 years ago. And police personnel are stationed at strategic points to ensure peace as the people began to gather and move in procession. When it was time, the youths gathered to voice their anger by calling on everyone to remember those who allegedly died 2 years ago.
Wait! Justice! Justice! They're not protecting everyone. They keep them for us, not for the country. Justice!
All we are asking for is justice. That's what we want. That's why we're there. And of course, to honor those that have died, letting them know that we will never forget. This date in Nigeria's history, no bagger can erase it. We will always remember. Are you worried for justice? Because justice has not been done. Those people that committed those gruesome crimes on October 20, 2020 have not been punished. Nobody has been brought to book. Why? Because they continue to deny, or let me say attempt to deny that these things happen, and that's the problem.
The horn blaring procession was supposed to hold between the hours of 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. But as time wound down, the procession was interrupted as police began to throw tear gas and hot water pepper spray on some protesters and journalists. So, everyone scampered for safety.
I never took anything from anybody. So what have I done? Nothing is there. They took my phone. They picked me up. My nose is bleeding. My nose is bleeding. What have I done?
The Lekki toll gate has served as a rallying point for Endsars protesters who come here every year to commemorate the day. These youths say they hope that someday justice will prevail. Theophilus Ilama, TVC News, Lagos.
Let's take you far away to the United Kingdom, where there's a major shift in the political space of that country. Prime Minister Liz Truss, a few hours ago, resigned from office. Speaking outside Downing Street, she says she's told King Charles she's resigning as leader of the Conservative Party. Ms. Truss' premiership came under renewed pressure after the Home Secretary resigned and a chaotic vote happened. Well, we'll bring you details of that report now.
Ahead Liz Truss's statement, the official lectern was wheeled outside number 10, with the country waiting in anticipation for the Prime Minister to make her statement. She said the country had been held back for too long and she was elected by a party with a mandate to change this, a task she was unable to deliver on.
I recognise, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party.
She said her government delivered on energy bills and cutting national insurance and had set out a vision for a low-tax, high-growth economy.
We delivered on energy bills and on cutting national insurance. And we set out a vision for a low-tax, high-growth economy that would take advantage of the freedoms of Brexit.
There was muted response on the market after Liz Truss announced she was resigning as Prime Minister. The pound rose initially in the immediate aftermath of the statement before settling back at around $1.12. Liz Truss's resignation comes after she met with 1922 Committee Chairman Sir Graham Brady today. They agreed there will be a leadership election within the next week, adding she will remain as Prime Minister until a successor is chosen. Labour leader Keir Starmer has demanded a general election now after Liz Truss announced her resignation as Prime Minister. Liz Truss has been in office for just 45 days, the shortest tenure of any UK Prime Minister. The second shortest serving Prime Minister was George Canning, who served for 119 days after dying in 1827. Trouble began for Liz Truss when her first Chancellor, Kwasi Kwarteng, spoke the financial market with his mini-budget on the 23rd of September. Since then, Conservative disquiet has morphed into widespread anger within the parliamentary party. Her stepping down today follows dramatic scenes in the House of Commons last night over a vote on fracking. Calls for her to go kept growing in the hours afterwards. Chancellor Jeremy Hunt has confirmed he will not stand to be the next Conservative leader and UK Prime Minister.